All right, we're on a Monday night. Actually, oh, hold on. I think I forgot my mic.
Not knowing where your fresh fruit came from, or if there were any harsh chemicals used in the growing process, is aggravating. This is the improved Meyer lemon tree. It grows twice as fast, produces fruit as soon as the first year, and is resistant to insects and diseases, so no harsh chemicals. The Meyer lemon tree takes the guesswork out of growing and healthy eating. You'll have fresh fruit fast and the peace of mind knowing where it came from. Get yours and everything you need to care for it on fastgrowingtree.com.
We'll get there. All right. Now that I'm out of breath, had to grab the mic. Some technical difficulties, but we made it. Whew. So, how's everybody doing? It's Monday night. It's not Friday night. So I hope you guys don't mind. I'm doing a Monday night live. Let's see who's on here. Ah, Lawless, you finally broke ground on your vegetable garden. Nice. And using some of the 5-gallon buckets. I like that. Yep. Lawless, the only thing I can say, if you're doing squash, watch out for the cucumber beetles. That's my advice. So, hey, Bad Driver Cam's here. The Daily Prepper, Cheryl, Dave. Sunshine State, good to see you. Yeah, that's my Oreo Speedwagon. What's up, Nick? Patty, good to see you. Oh, good, I'm glad you're feeling better. You still got that right eye surgery. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's just one. You just got to keep it going, though. Cindy, it's good to see you. Mammy. From Macon County, Tennessee. Moyax, good to see you. Krista. Allie Rue's in the house. Abra, good to see you. Yeah, it's good to get that heart rate going. So, yeah, like I said, I went running up real quick to grab the mic. I think you could still hear me without the mic, but usually the mic can take away a little bit of the echoey sound that kind of comes through sometimes. Sandy, it's good to see you. Robert. Jerry G, good first name. Joanne's good to see you. Lindsay. Jacqueline, good to see you. Finally ripped the summer garden. Nice, and planted fall. Teresa, it's good to see you. JT, good to see you. Yeah, Lorna put a good thing, if you don't mind, if you're asking questions or comments that you want to discuss, please put it in caps. With this being on a Monday night, it's a little different. A lot of people are so used to the Friday night that with this being on a Monday night, I've never done one on a Monday night, we may not have the heavy crowds that we get sometimes on the Friday night, right? So maybe that'll keep the questions and things where it's easier to see. It won't be so crazy. So, yeah, I was on there. I saw you all talking about Rudy's show the other night. I jumped on there. Yeah, it was nuts. Even like I saw you all talking about even in slow mode. It was just ripping. Just so much activity going on. But, you know, what a great fun time. I was excited for him. I wasn't able to stay on the entire show, but I wanted to jump on and show my love and support for Rudy and his accomplishments. 100,000 subscribers. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, Lorna. Yeah, I saw you guys talking on there, and I tried to say hey out to you, but there was just so much. You just couldn't see it. There was just so much going on, and I kind of just tried to lay back off on it. And yeah, he deserved it. It was, you know, he's been doing it for a long time. I've watched him for a long time, and he's always been one of my favorites. And it was good to see all the love and support that everybody was there to give him. Yeah, Ali, we were doing good. Just dealing with life sometimes. Sometimes you just have to just roll with it. And if you know me with life, and I hate ever trying to be like, oh, it's me again, because I always feel like it's just always something. Whether the car's getting stolen, or I'm falling and hurting my shoulder, or the bees are attacking us, or sick, or just it just seems like just every week you turn around, or the chiggers, right? So it's like every single week it was just something. It was crazy. Yeah, JT, you're welcome. And hey, JT, I didn't realize till a week ago or so that I was like, I knew you've always been here and super productive and active here. And then it dawned on me, I was like, wait a minute. And the next time I saw one of Rudy's lives, you were a moderator over there. And I was like, that's the connection. I never put two and two together until like about a week ago. So yeah, that you do an awesome job moderating over there. I may have to make you work double time, put you over here one day too. Especially your girl. How are you looking? And I got Joy in the chat today helping us out. The next lockdown.
Yep.
Hey, somebody was asking if we could talk about the next lockdown. And I'm okay as long as we're all adults here and we can have adult conversations without arguments. I'm all for that. For any topic that you guys want to talk about. I said this is a safe environment that we can communicate and talk about. And if I see something getting off the rails, we'll shift comments. But I know some areas are susceptible to lockdowns. And I know that triggers the grocery stores, that triggers running on toilet paper and all that fun stuff, right? So I'm open for that. If some of you want to share of what you're hearing might be the next lockdowns, being in Tennessee, and I'm hearing rumors of things, people sent me emails, that there's just different things behind the scenes that they're hearing and seeing. But I know like different states that are kind of like trying to not allow lockdowns again. We might have maybe some time to not have to deal with that. I'm not sure. Now, I do know some countries are dealing with lockdowns. I know Australia, they've told me that they've been dealing with a lot of that. Yeah, midterms, absolutely. The focus will start really shifting into the midterms, I think, as that starts approaching. And how's Great Britain? I know sometimes we have some subscribers that are from Great Britain. Yeah, Lindsay, you're right. I don't think we're going to experience any lockdowns here in Tennessee. And I haven't been really paying attention to the news these last couple of days, so I haven't seen if any of the other states have discussed that or not. Okay, the Daily Prepper said heard late September in Arizona. So, okay, so it's probably going to be states. Old Broad says they're in Michigan, and who knows what might happen there. I think a lot of it will depend on numbers, right? Will things spike in certain areas? And I know that might sway as the talks become stronger or not. And Jacqueline, okay, in Texas, like even for people going back to school, some things, I know these are being handed, mandates and things are being handled state by state. Some states are going to be saying that yes, for kids, to be certain things that they have to do, some are no. I know so far here in Tennessee, it sounds like things will be starting off light and not a lot of rules, not a lot of regulations, but we have to watch. Things could change as the numbers go up and things like that. Yeah, Lorna's right. I know we do try to be real careful things we talk about and the way we say things to not get flagged by YouTube. And we've seen that, unfortunately, a lot with some of our friends, creators out there that have sometimes been hit and had to take time out from their channel for a while. And we try to be careful with that. And I know with everything going on in the world right now, look, people are frustrated, people are on edge, and it's easy to, yeah, and like Ali Rue was saying, let's focus on the prepping aspect of the topic, because regardless of where things are headed and things, bottom line is we're in this together, right? And we're sharing prepping information. We try to make that the meat. Now, whatever the cause might be, could be many things. But we try to focus on what's the ultimate goal here. It's for us to be prepared. I'm not running for anything, okay? I'm not a politician. I'm not, you don't have to worry about swaying me because I can't control these things. I can't, there's times and places to take stands and things, but for our little community here, it's about helping each other for prepping, for gardening, for taking care of your family, having the things that you and your loved ones are going to need, no matter what you face in life, whether it's a storm that comes rolling through your area, or whether it's something that happens on a nationwide scale that causes a run on the groceries, and how we can better protect ourselves to get past that too. Let me check here. Joy's helping me out. Courtney Anderson is asking if she could have some prayers for her family and friends who lost everything in Greenville, California in the Dixie Fire. Oh, I hate to hear that. What was the first name again?
Courtney Anderson.
Courtney. So Courtney's asking for prayers for her family. Look, fires are a real thing. And sometimes being over in Tennessee and things, sometimes I think we're getting some of the quality of the air coming from the west. But when you're not living there, you kind of don't, you try to remember it. But there's some people that are really, really dealing with the fires, guys. They're losing property. There's people that are putting their lives in danger, not just the people that live there, but also the first responders and the firemen and the people that are out there trying to help save lives and property. And it's good to remember to pray for those that are out there. So absolutely, you'll have my prayers, Courtney.
So,
Abra says, Mr. Tom had a great video about straight up hardcore prepping he released last night. He mic dropped on the food prep. Okay, thank you, Abra, for talking about Mr. Tom had a video. I haven't seen that. So that'll be something that tomorrow when I'm out and working or something, I'll make sure I go back and flip that on. But yeah, it's just kind of like getting back to prepping. And I know I put a fun little thumbnail out there and things like that. But I always try to remind, like I did for my title, is what are we prepping for and what kind of things are we prepping? It's just good to constantly be reminding ourselves to be preparing and to prepping for things. It just doesn't get old. Sometimes I'm doing a video and I'm like, we're talking about prepping again. Well, that's kind of the point. That's the purpose, especially because we're constantly having a lot of brand new subscribers, a lot of brand new preppers coming into the game, coming into the journey of prepping. And it's more than just buying a can of beans, right? Let's be real. It's about everything, about learning new skills and about the gardening and about adding the different layers of items and backups to everything that you own in your home, whether it's food items or whether it gets into mechanical parts or car parts or anything that you use in your home that normally you might need to replace, because let's face it, things all around us are A, getting more expensive, and B, becoming less easy to find, like even canning supplies and things. A lot of the things that we might like to use on a week-to-week, month-to-month basis, things have changed. It's not the same world and the same economics that we've been accustomed to for so many years. All the store reviews, all the things that we've looked, not just on my channel, but many of these channels. One person that was on here, I think she's still on here, Sunshine State. I like watching some of her updates from Florida too. I still have family in Florida. I like seeing the other states and seeing some of the different things they struggle with and some of the different events. I mean, let's face it, I don't have the hurricane problems up in Tennessee like you all do down in Florida. We just don't have the same level, okay? We might get the leftover rain that you guys get that you send up further up north, right? But we don't have the exact same life issues. We might get more of the tornadoes up here, right? We may get more of those. and some people in other areas don't see a lot of tornadoes. So it just depends on your areas too. Those are other things that we prepare for. So there's a lot of things going on here. I saw y'all talking about bubble wrapping me earlier too. I forgot to mention that. I think that's not a bad idea. Keeping me away from problems of life. Yeah, Teresa. Yeah, tornado in Georgia. So, and I know sometimes hurricanes produce tornadoes too. We've seen that happen. I'm just trying to catch here. Hey, JK, Seraphim, I'm glad that you made it. It's on a Monday night. So we're here on a Monday night, and it looks like we got a good crowd here. I appreciate y'all stopping in. I tried to give y'all several hour notice as much as I could. I tried to post that thumbnail up there earlier today, and I figured that people that might have missed this, they could jump in tomorrow. But I missed not being with y'all Friday, and I miss chatting with you and talking with you, and with Joy here to kind of help keep me straight. And I wanted to make sure I still had a night that we could kind of get together and kind of our powwow time together. I really enjoy these. So, and let's see, Joy's got my attention here. The Daily Prepper said, don't forget to prep items for charity. Your neighbors will be appreciative. That's a great point. And you're prepping, if you got good sales, or if you're kind of going through your stock and you're just watching your dates, hey, great opportunity sometimes to take some of your preps and donate them to charity, right? To take donations or things down to the local food bank or your church, food drives, the food pantries, maybe at some of the local churches, or if a church that you might attend, if they have something like that, because that's for your neighbors, that's your community. And so, yeah, don't forget. I know sometimes I see advertisements or notices out there or emails, and some of these different food banks and things, they're hurting right now. They're not getting the same amount of food from the grocery stores that they used to, because the grocery stores they do not have the surplus of things that they used to get. Or sometimes the stuff that they do have, it just goes bad too fast. We've noticed that with produce. We talk about that a lot here at House of Prep. A lot of my Thursday videos, I'll give updates on the produce. Sometimes by the time you buy it and get it home, it's already going bad. And I have a lot of times, if grocery stores, they don't have an overabundance of things. Let's see. Michelle says, everyone should make sure that their tetanus shot is current. That's a great point. That is a prep for the body, because let's face it, yeah, if things get shut down or life events are happening and you can't get to the doctor, you can't get to the grocery store or the pharmacy, a tetanus shot is something that you need to consider. You have to start maybe going out and getting firewood more and doing different things outdoors. You step on that rusty nail. I've stepped on a rusty nail before in my life, and it is not fun, okay? So that's a great point. Tabitha says Walmart online showing a lot of outages right now. Did you have another one too? Home dog wells. Yeah, Jacqueline asked, any thoughts on a home dog well? I'm not sure what that is. Is that like for your pets? Like having like a well or something? So yeah, if you want to specify that just a little bit more, somebody might hear that and know exactly what it is. So if somebody does, please jump in the comments. Dave says he's getting a hands-on lesson in canning. Oh, very cool, Dave. So a hands-on lesson, is that from a family member? Or somebody, one of your friends? Ali Roo says, Jerry, Paper Nerd or Prepper Nerd has a question. Let me scroll back up. Oh, Joy found it for me. Oh, Paper Nerd, okay. Paper Nerd said, I asked this in several Prepper live chats lately. Never got an answer. What about Nessera Gacera? Anyone thinking this is a possibility? Mike Lindell, tomorrow, possible lockdown Wednesday. I'm not sure what the Nessera Jessera is. Is somebody on here familiar with that? I'm not sure. Have you guys heard what that is? Is that something going on in the news maybe? They said, unfortunately, I haven't been caught up on any of my local news or the national news here in these last couple days. Yeah, Hillbilly Prepper, good to see you too. I see you said anticipate, see when the weather changing soon. Yeah, prep up on socks and underclothes. With the weather coming up, guys, you don't want to wait to the last second in this type of with shipments and people being stocked up with supplies. Don't wait till when everybody is running out to buy it at the same time. So that's a great point. If you're going to get some warmer clothes or some things that normally you would buy maybe in the fall or going into the winter, if they're available now, go ahead and get them now. Oh, the dug well, Jacqueline. So, okay. Yeah, and I totally was just making sure I was reading everything right, what you're saying. So getting your own, like a dug well, like your own, like tapping into the underground aquifers and things like that. I know we don't have one, and in fact, I don't know if that's something I guess we could get done here. We're kind of in city limits, and there's certain things I think we'd have to be careful of. But now, if you guys are out and have some property and some things, I would definitely recommend if you're able to get your own well, get that dug out, get that done, and have your own extra water source. Water is key. Which I'm curious, how's everybody's water out there? Yeah, Judy said Walmart's putting out their fall and winter stuff now. So go ahead and get, if you know you need some of that stuff, go ahead and just get it now. Just be done with it. Don't wait until everybody else starts running out, and then all of a sudden, yep, that's all the shipments we were getting. You have t-shirts with sleeves for the cold weather. Thank you from the islands. Plus, I appreciate that. So you had to pull out the winter clothing, the t-shirts with sleeves. So that's the winter clothing out there. Just rub that in. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Lorna, for reminding everybody. Patty says, check your, whoops, I just lost it here. Scroll back up. Check your bug out bags for seasonal clothing changeovers. Yeah, for your bags, your get home bags, that's the time to go ahead and, like, yeah, when seasons are changing, you can start swapping over some of your items that go in there for clothing. JT was letting me know August 10th through 12th, that might be relating to one of the questions that was on here.
An announcement from Biden.
Oh, it's an announcement that might be being made by our leadership. Yeah, Tony B was making a comment, watching Little House on the Prairie, and just watching how kind of like the struggles and the things that they went through, being back without all the technologies and the comforts of our century, right? But that sometimes can make you think, like, could we ever go back to that, right? Like, how hard would that be? I think you'd have to learn some things. Yeah, was Lawless trying to get a hold of me too? How you doing, Lawless? Yeah, if you guys had a question or a comment or something here, just make sure. I have Joy also trying to help me keep caught up, but make sure you put them in caps if you don't mind. I'm just kind of scrolling here. I see Lorna saying hello to Domestic Gangsta. Is she here today? I think we've loaded back up again. Yeah, so we started off because it was being on a Monday night. We didn't have quite as many, but I think we're back up there now. Let's see, emergency broadcast. We're doing a nationwide test. Mama Kay, okay. I did kind of read something about that. Emergency broadcast will do a nationwide test at 2:20 on Wednesday. So that'll be here just in a couple days. So a nationwide test. So I did kind of see, I think another channel was talking about that when I was on YouTube earlier today, just kind of watching some videos. So keep an eye, see what that's going to be about. So JT, you said that your spouse went to school with Michael Landon. Oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, there's Domestic. Hey, Domestic Gangster. Good to see you. And then Dave, I didn't know, Dave, if you had responded to me. I knew you were having some hands-on help with the canning, and I wasn't sure if that was a family member or not, and you might have answered me, brother. But there's been a lot of comments, and I'm just kind of scrolling to catch up here. See, Dave also got 12 more cans of ground beef. And I think at the beginning of this stream, before I jumped on, somebody was talking about that they noticed a lot of the price fluctuations going on again. Some of you shop with the Walmart.com off and on, and that you've noticed some of the price shifts going up and then back down all in the same day. We dealt with that, if you can remember, a month or so ago. We kind of had a lot of that going on with prices, especially with the ground beef, and that seems to be the hot one. And so that's interesting that that's still going on. Nathaniel, good to see you too. No, you're good. Okay, JT was saying on that reboot, or on that announcement coming up Wednesday at 2 o'clock, that they're saying that we might have to reboot your TV, and why. That's a good question. I did see something about that as well today. They were talking about that, and I'm not sure what the purpose of why the announcement, and I don't know if that's leading to believe because they're really linked into your devices, and that's kind of a weird thing. I mean, if you would have to reboot, that's the only thing I can think of. So Dave's showing $6.60 a can for the Keystone there online from his end. So that has gone up. Yeah, Domestic, that's what Dave was talking about, getting the canning going, and that he has somebody doing some hands-on help with that. So yeah, oh, Bad Cat Driver Cam, that's right, that was you. The Keystone beef was $7.17 for a bit. That's right, that was you that was talking about that. I appreciate you reminding me for that. Yeah, there's some kind of a national broadcasting test going on, like an emergency. You know how they do, this is just a test, and they kind of do it. It's like a national thing that they're talking about doing this coming Wednesday at 2, and I don't know if that's Eastern time or Daily Prepper saying that they buy the bulk food items from restaurants. Many are happy to sell to you, and that's a great point. Sometimes when you're thinking outside of the box, restaurant supply places, absolutely, if they're willing to sell to the public and you can get things maybe on bulk or a good price or something maybe they have in overstock, it's something that's definitely keeping an eye on, and if you're able to pick up some things there. So I'm scrolling here. Keystone RCX, good to see you. The Keystone beef is now over $8. So that's kind of the pattern that I'm noticing. Like I said, we kind of dealt with this a month or so ago where the prices just seem to start going up again. And it appears to me that that's the trend again. Yeah, Lee Davis, good to see you too. Lee's looking forward to getting a half a cow from a farmer. And I have people bring that up from time to time, and they say, hey, where's the best, like if I've never done that before, what's my best way to find somebody that I can get like half a cow from or go in with them? And my thought was, like, if you could find like a local rancher or something where, and I don't know if those things are easily found if you Google them, find one in your area. But yeah, if you're able to find somebody that you can work with, that you can buy like half a cow or a whole cow and get it cheaper that way and process that way. That's definitely a win to be able to pick that up. Let's see. I saw Jerry had a question. Jerry G, any suggestions on a good battery generator to use as a backup to the gas powered generator? Now, like a battery one, like rechargeable. Now I know that they also have some that are solar rechargeables. The brands that I hear a lot of is the Jackeries, the Blue Eddies are good ones. From what I think Lauren has told me before, I think the Jackeries are lighter. That became something that was easier for them. That's more transportable. Didn't require throwing your back out or having to drag it. Something that's a little easier. That's more of a battery backup. And I tell you what, those type of generators are going to help with your sound. If you're trying to keep a low key, right, for your area. Yeah, Joyce said, responding to Jerry G as well, solar generator. And I appreciate you guys helping answer questions. I know sometimes we get some questions in here and things can move quick. Sometimes I can't answer them all quick enough, and I appreciate you guys also doing it. Yeah, I see a couple people saying they love the Jackery. I think if you get one of those type brands, I don't think you can go wrong. Especially if you're just kind of using them for emergency situations only. I don't see you, burning those out. Yeah, Rudy does prefer the Blue Eddy. You're right, Lorna. Yep. So I think either way, because I've seen a lot of reviews for both of those. And to me, I don't think you could go wrong with either one of those brands. I don't know if there's like a third brand that somebody else recommends that goes kind of hand in hand with those. To what I can tell, those tend to be kind of the leading brands, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, Alien Prepper, good point. Those are pricey, so that's kind of what my point is. Is there a third option, like more of a generic brand, maybe like something like, okay, look, I'm not using this all the time. It's just going to be for emergencies only, but you want it reliable. You want it to be there when you need it and all those things. So there could be that other brand or something so just keep doing your side-by-side comparisons if you're kind of shopping to save a few dollars. Sometimes it's worth doing that. Abra mentioned the Iridium. So, and it depending on how many watts you want, what do you want to run it for. And then like Ali Roo said, any solar generator is better than having no generator and one you can't carry or operate. So, yeah, those are little things. Just making sure it's something that you feel comfortable transporting. I'd check your weight on the items before you ever buy one. Mosaic Master bringing up, there's a point that very arguably could be like, look, if you're able to do it, build your own solar system. I mean, if you're able to get the whole panel systems like on the roof or wherever it is for safety, reasons for your home, and kind of have your own system built, I think that would probably power everything you need. And as far as the reliability of everything, price wise, again, that's something you would have to price to see if that's within your budget or not. Lorna said that Pinball had bought a refurbished solar generator. Not sure of the brand. So I guess that's another option. If you're like, okay, I could do a refurbished one. That's something that you do in life. Some people are like, no, it has to be, I want to be the first owner of it. So it just depends. Kind of like, those are great ideas though. These are all things that get your mind thinking. See, I saw a message from JT here. Hold on. Okay, JT is saying the Mountain House the Mountain House rice and chicken. That's the freeze-dried brand, and I like Mountain House. That's the kind that I usually get for my stash of things I put up. JT's saying that right now it's on sale at Amazon for $21.86. How much? What comes with that, JT? Is that like so many the individual packs, or is that more of a like the big can of it? I'd just be curious what that is. Which I appreciate that. Anytime that we have folks jump on here that's share this type of stuff, it's the great time to purchase it. We did that with Keystone a couple weeks ago. It's a number 10 can. Okay, JT, thank you. So for someone who's looking for some freeze-dried food and you've never really bought a lot, or you're looking for when there's a sale, well, JT is saying right now, hey, jump over on Amazon, pull it up for 21 bucks, and then you can kind of compare what the sale is, and if that's something you're interested in, that might be an opportunity for you to pick up a long-term food prep. And while we're talking about Amazon, if you guys don't mind, when you do any of your Amazon shopping, just use my link, one of my links. It doesn't matter what the link's for. You can just do your normal shopping or pull up whatever you want. And just anything you buy through Amazon while you're on my link, I get a small kickback, so I appreciate that. A lot of you do that all the time, and I appreciate when you guys do that, so thank you. Aber said the nutrient survival food is $55 a can. Okay, so that kind of shows you, some of the price differences. So if you're finding something over here for 21, and it might be just a different brand or different company, maybe a little different food, but for 21 bucks, that sounds. Normally they're small, like it's a couple servings, and they're small pouches that you would use for hiking or backpacking and things like that. Those can run from like $8 to $10 for that. And so I can see that if you're getting an entire number 10 can for 21 bucks, to me that sounds like that's a pretty good deal. So thank you, JT, for letting everybody know that. All right, Mama Kay's asking, hey, did anybody on here, did anyone know anything about the Augustin Farms dried eggs? Are they freeze dried? I've not used those, so somebody on here might. And if you could just let Mama Kay know if you've used those and if you've liked them and stuff, that'd be good feedback for her. And JK is saying that Augustin Farms has a pancake mix right now for $7.49 for a number 10 can right now. So that's another item that you could look at and see the sale if that's something you like. So thank you guys for sharing some of these deals that you're finding on Amazon right now. That's part of what we do. We try to help each other out and say, hey, look at these deals, and if that's something that you're wanting to add to your preps, it sounds like they found some deals. So the Daily Prepper said it's good for baking with. Bad Driver Cam, Mama K said yes. Yes, they are freeze-dried, Tony's saying. So sounds like they are freeze-dried, and it sounds like there's some good feedback. JT does use them, the powdered eggs, for baking. And so it does sound like that is a good item from what I'm reading here, that other people have used it. And it's freeze-dried, so it's going to last a long time. Excuse me. So Jenny's saying that Augustin Farms is having a sale on Amazon. So is it their whole product line? Because that might be an opportunity, like for myself, I've never used Augustin Farms. So that might be a great opportunity even for me to be like, hey, I want to try something. Get it while it's on sale, right? Domestic Gangster saying that if you have a Rural King, she's noticed some deals on the ReadyWise buckets through Rural King. So that's something that if you're interested, check out your Rural King. Oh, thank you, Joy. And then Patty B is showing the Augustin Farm for the number 10 shredded potatoes for eight and 48 cents. So it sounds like some of the prices right now are on sale if you guys are looking for some more of the freeze-dried long-term food items. Oh, Sherry Lee. Good to see you, Sherry. Sherry was also asking about those eggs too. So that's good. That's good info, and that's what I'm glad that you guys like to share these ideas, these questions, because you just never know who else is reading or listening to this. And remember, there's going to be people watching this tomorrow, right? And I always recommend anytime anybody comes back on these lives, and if you're just listening and you're just not getting the full effect, make sure you watch that live chat as well, because there's so much information kind of being shared all through the chats. And I always go back and have to rewatch my own video so I can go back and recatch all the questions and the comments and check everything. Dave said that cased water has gone up another $1 in price in his area. And that was something I was going to bring up tonight, and I'm glad he kind of reminded me of that. I don't know about water, but it's just been going on for weeks now. It's a struggle to keep stocked in our local stores. It doesn't matter if we're going to Aldi's, to Kroger, to Walmart, dollar stores. It's just like they just can't keep it in. And I know it's summertime, but I've never seen it struggle like this before any other summer. And I know there's fires going on, but we've always got fires. There's always been fires around the nation in the summertime. And I think, yeah, top Jerry G, exactly, water, top of the preps. Make sure, I just keep, I don't like getting in and trying to talk about conspiracy things unless I know something for fact or really have some information on it. But it just seems like the water has just been such a struggle. And just do what you can to, get the water that you like to use and have plenty of that, but have all your backups too, like whether it's the jugs that you like to have, the big 5-gallon, 6-gallon jugs of water. Like earlier, we were talking about having a well, like having a dugout well or something that you can have. But start getting creative, whether you get a water catch system, but you just want to kind of have your own ways of purifying water or collecting water, whether it's through life straws or a filter system or boiling, which obviously you need the fuel for that and such. But just keep an eye on that. I just watching the struggle that sometimes I go to the stores and I leave with no water because there's nothing there to buy. And I have to either try a different store or wait for a day or two until they get stocked back up again. And it's just happening more and more often. So, easy squeezy, good to see you. Bad air there in Southern Oregon. Look, I feel for you guys. I know, I'm sorry for all the extra fires and the dry weather, the smoke and just the air quality. And then trust me, some of the air quality that I'm receiving, just even being in here in Tennessee, when the breezes catch it right, I think we're occasionally getting, outside of Nashville, we're getting some of that smoky air that, not that you can necessarily like smell it and be like, oh yeah, that's it. I think it's just the particles and the things that are in the atmosphere right now of all that stuff that's just mixed into our atmosphere. So Jenny's saying that their daughter's in Nevada and that they are having problems with water. And see, that's the thing. Some of you guys in the certain states out west with the droughts and the fires, that there are some states that are dealing with the farms and for crops and for their livestock, that water is becoming more of an issue. So, yeah, Mosaic, being off grid with rainwater, that's exceptional. Yeah, having the freedom of your own homestead. And that's a great, great day to wake up and to be like, I have it, I'm ready. And that's a good spot to be in, I'm telling you. I'm not there. Now, I am fortunate for where I do live. I have access to a creek. That's a bonus. And that's on top of, whatever the rain catchments and the other things that we have. But if you have a direct access to a water source, that's a bonus. Still easy, still waiting on the freezer. Yeah, I remember you had ordered that freezer. Wow, still waiting on that. Has it been that long already? Where's the time flying? It's just going like this. So that's already been over a month now, man. Oh, thank you, Ali Roo. Yeah, I haven't mentioned this yet, and rambling on all night here. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, that'd be awesome. I appreciate it. Whether you do it here while we're talking or before you get off. Some people say, hey, I can't find it. Where is it? Sometimes, unfortunately, you got to hit the little X of the chat and make the chat go away, and then you'll see the thumbs up and down button. You can hit that and then go back, hit the chat, and pull it back up again. So depending on what device you're on, sometimes it gets hidden, and I've had that happen in the past, so I always let people know. So thank you for doing that, guys. Canning water also makes it sterile for medical purposes. So having some medical purposes, I mean, you're in an emergency and you need some sterile water, that would speed up the process, wouldn't it? And then the Daily Prepper is saying that it would dechlorinate and remove 99% of the pathogens. So, yeah, that's one thing, we don't like to think those things, but accidents happen. And people are already in a panic mode. Somebody gets cut, somebody gets hurt, or God forbid, even a shootout or something happens, and before you know it, everything's going downhill really, really quick. So if you have like a medical supply, some sterile water, and some other things you can have readily at your fingertips to go ahead and have and be done with, and you can use it for cleanup and for disinfecting purposes and things. Having a kit like that is beneficial. Tourniquet, your alcohol wipes, bandages, all these things that you can have to have prepared. Just have it ready to go. Hopefully you never need it. Big Bear Prepper, it's good to see you in here. Just got their 1,200 watt more solar panels yesterday, and now 90% off grid. Love it. Wow, that's amazing. Hey, that's a good victory. Okay, and I like sharing our victories on here, guys. Look, if you become 90% off grid, where now you're not reliant on the grid anymore, look, that's a win, and that's congratulations for some of you guys that have been very successful with homesteading and getting more off grid, having your water supply, having your solar and your electricity and things more of that self-reliant, right? You're not dependent on everyone around you for things. That's a win, and I like to celebrate wins, guys. Sometimes the wins can be big, sometimes they're small wins, but that's what this is about. It's a chance to come on here and to celebrate each other and to encourage each other. Hey, keep pushing. I know we're not all on the same page. We have people that'll come on here and they won't comment. Sometimes they won't subscribe. They just like to come and watch and try to learn things. Maybe they feel intimidated. Don't feel intimidated. We're all on different levels. And the purpose that I created this channel a while back, I wanted to have it to where we all could be here to help each other and benefit each other, right? And to kind of push for that same goal and get there as we can. So, yeah, exactly, Ali Roo. Anything you did this week towards prepping is a win. And we have people that live on fixed incomes. Sometimes they can only buy one or two small things a week, and that's a win. You're progressing towards something more than what you had yesterday, and your mindset is where you're headed. So, yeah, thanks, Dave. Yeah, I'm not a super prepper, all right? I appreciate though. I just keep telling myself that, right? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Jenny was just, I guess, replying back to JT, moving out where there's no water. And having a water supply, something around you where you can have extra water is just so beneficial. And I know you guys are carrying on some different conversations here too. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing. Let's see, Joyce said, add some silver to your medical supply. Oh, the colloidal, is that how you pronounce that? The colloidal silver? I'm just scrolling up here. Dollar Tree, Joyce is saying Dollar Tree is a good prepper store for low income. Absolutely. Yeah, don't ever be afraid. Hey, I'll go into Dollar Tree. I'm just looking, if I can save a few dollars, this few extra dollars can go right back into prepping. So there's nothing wrong with that. So especially if you're feeding a large family, you go into those stores, right? Let's see, Patty's also saying, let's see, Ali Roo said Dollar Tree by the case and pick it up. Patty's saying look for the dollar store and the buy one, get one free deals. Those help build your pantry quick. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I always loved about Publix. We don't have one right here close to us anymore. But yeah, I like the buy one, get one frees because yeah, you could just start grabbing some of those deals up and they take coupons. So you're getting buy one, get one free and you're using coupons. So, I mean, you're getting a lot of food now for a less amount of money. And I'm assuming that Publix still allows you to do that. So the only main thing we have, because usually it's like what you want to like shop at the different stores as much as you can. But sometimes when everybody's working and everybody's tired and we got so many other irons in the fire, you can't visit all the stores every week. You kind of have to pick your one or two, just the best stores you go to, and you roll with it, right? You might not be saving every single dollar and everything that you can save, but you do it. Yeah, domestic, yeah, couponing is your middle name, and that's good. Hey, anytime you can save some extra money right now, this is the time to do it. Wildfires in Colorado, air quality is terrible. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Yeah, the air quality, look, I have occasional lung discomforts and things, and I know that if I get around a lot of that type of a smoke and the fires and stuff, I'd have to stay indoors a lot because I think it would really light me up, and I get it. And Publix does still take the coupons, good. Oh, and sometimes they'll honor certain competitor coupons still. Okay, see, it's been a while since I've done that with Publix, so that's good to know. If I get back around one again, that would become a habit again, because I used to love doing that, especially if they're taking competitor coupons too. Then, man, you can really just expedite all of your shopping into one store, and what a great way to do that. Yeah, Patty saved $60 on buy one, get one canned goods. So yeah, great opportunity. Yeah, take advantage of that, guys. Yeah, Aber said sometimes after some Mexican food served at the house there, sometimes they're told that the air quality is not very good now. So, yeah, we understand that, Abra. Becca's saying that Aldi's starting to limit their canned vegetables to a 6 purchase max on that. Tracy's saying that you can stack the coupons in Publix too, meaning that you can use a manufacturer's coupon and the Publix coupon for the same item. So I mean, you're doing that. I mean, you're getting stuff for pennies on the dollar compared to what it was.
Target will let you stack coupons too.
Target will too. Joy said Target lets you stack them as well. So yeah, if you can get the store coupon and the manufacturer coupon together, then yeah, Mosaic. That's how we're contributing to the global warming. No corn at Aldi's, Carrie said. Well, good. So lots of information shared tonight, guys. We're kind of wrapping up. We're getting to the hour, and that's all I wanted to take tonight. Was about an hour. So I know Lorna likes the 5-minute warning, so I try to make sure I give you a heads up instead of just pulling the plug, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll start winding this down for the evening. Look, I love being on with you guys live. I love just chatting. Sometimes I don't know what direction our lives go because I like to kind of get the feel of where you guys are leaning. The reason I do that is because if I'm talking about X, Y, Z, and all you guys are like, oh, I'm tired of talking about that. I want to talk about this stuff, and why won't he talk about this stuff? And I try to let this be the opportunity because let's face it, I do my Thursday videos. I'll do a couple other videos throughout the week sometimes, and they are what they are. Either you like them or you don't. You don't have any input on those. So this is kind of like your type of video, right? The lives. This is our interaction, and this is also enjoyable to me. I like to be able to talk with you guys in a chat. So I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for the moderators that are on here a lot. Did I miss something?
They're asking, are you going to be on Friday night?
Yes, I'm going to be back on Friday night. Hopefully this back to normal this Friday. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I'll be on Friday night, so we'll do our Thursday video like normal, and then I'll be back on Friday Night Live, okay? Kind of get back on the routine of things. But I wanted to do this because I missed this past Friday night. Hey, Plain Pepper. Yeah, you're going to have to catch up. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll have another video out, like I said, this week, and then I'll catch you guys Friday night, and we'll do this again. We'll kind of catch back onto the normal routine, okay? You guys have a great start to the week, and this is it, guys. We're full-blown into August. Time is flying, whether you want it to or not. Okay, we're cruising through summer, and it'll be over before you know it. So you guys keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, stay safe and keep prepping. All right. I'll talk to y'all later.